Hi guys, it's Hani here. Welcome to my YouTube channel and welcome to my first tutorial of 2016. Happy New Year everyone. I hope everyone had great holidays. And today we're gonna be making Lay's potato chips cake. In the past I also made cookies to match this cake. You can learn how to make these on my YouTube channel. I'm gonna include a link where you can find the tutorial down below in the description box. I also wanted to thank you for watching my videos, and I have lots of fun tutorials prepared for 2016, so stay tuned, and if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe. Let's get started. To make the potato chips, I'm mixing ivory colored fondant with some Tylose powder to make a quick gum paste. I'm going to include a link where you can get the Tylose powder. It's gonna be posted in the description box. To make the potato chips, I'm gonna be using oval shape and round shape cutters. Here are actual potato chips, so you can use this as your guide when you are shaping the chips out of quick gum paste. I find that the egg carton works really well for shaping these. We're gonna have to let these dry for several hours, or you can also let them dry overnight. To make them more realistic, I'm going to airbrush them with a little bit of yellow mixed with some brown airbrush food color, and then we can set these aside. To make the cake itself, I'm gonna be using 9 by 13 cake. This is a pound cake that I baked. The recipe for the pound cake I like to use is posted down below in the description box. I'm going to fill this cake with raspberry jam and peanut butter ganache. To carve the cake, I'm actually using my cheese knife. I find that it works really well because it has really tiny teeth and it gets through the cake really easily. You can see that the cake layers are sliding a little bit because of all the jam I put inside, so you may want to option out if you plan on making this cake to make it a little easier on you. Also, you're gonna have to make some dents in the cake to make it look more like a bag. Like I'm making a dent right here, and then we're gonna make another one on the other side. You can see I'm making the dent right here. I'm just gonna remove the whole section and leave it as it is. Now I'm going to ice the cake with peanut butter ganache, and then we're gonna refrigerate the cake for a couple of hours. Once chilled, I'm going to carve the bottom a little bit, so you're gonna flip this over and then use a knife to shape it a little bit. Coat the cake with remaining peanut butter ganache. Dust your work surface with some cornstarch and roll out white fondant and then roll it onto a rolling pin, and now you can drape it over the cake. To make the yellow fondant, I used yellow food color and I also added a touch of orange. When trimming off the yellow portion, you want to go slightly lower than your white fondant, but you can see here that I went a little too high, so I'm going to press the edges together. Now press the white and yellow together, trim off the excess as needed. Initially my plan was to have a potato chips bag closed on both ends, but I changed my mind mid-decorating, so I'm gonna quickly show you how I fixed it. I used a piece of yellow fondant and I placed it on the cake like this. This way I can have my bag open and I don't have to worry about ganache messing up my potato chips. To make the label, I'm going to use few templates. I cut out the letters with X-Acto knife. You're also going to need S and apostrophe. So first I'm going to roll out yellow fondant and cut it out. And now we can make the letters. I'm using orange airbrush food color to airbrush the yellow round. There is also some white around the logo, so I'm gonna use a fan brush and white food coloring. Brush fondant with a little bit of water and then place the round on the top. Now we're gonna layer the pieces to create the logo. I'm using small paintbrush and white food coloring to write on the fondant. Here I'm using black edible marker first, and then we're gonna go over it with a paintbrush and some black airbrush food color. I made this cake for our neighbor who celebrated 63rd birthday, so I decided to include another label with 63% more. Now take the potato chips you made earlier and put few of them under the top yellow fondant. If they are not sticking to the fondant, or if you can't make them stay in place, you're gonna have to use some royal icing. And that's how you can make lace potato chips cake. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I had so much fun making this cake and my neighbor totally loved it. So I hope you like it too. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.